Hello and welcome, my name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and thank you for joining me for our final card in this week's Stamp Set of the Week, Racing By, and our second attempt, should I say, at our Sketch Friday, which is taking the sketch from page 22 of our new annual catalogue. Okay, and it's, oh, sorry about that. So we're going for number 2 here. If you look in the catalogue, you'll see that it's got lots of ribbon here. I don't like ribbon. I don't like ribbon, that's not true. I very rarely add ribbon to my cards. It's just something I don't do, really. I'm not dead set against it. But there are a couple of versions here that do have ribbon in it, and I may actually have to. But on this particular occasion, I have not added it. What I've done instead is I've added a little bit of detail here and a bit of detail here. Otherwise, it is really following the design on page 22. So let's bring in the supplies. She says, what have I done with them? Ah, here they are. That's all right, I covered them up as I put the magazine down. Right, so we have got, this is bubblegum. So it's not a colour I've used a lot of. It is 8 inches by 5 3/4, and we will score that down to 4 in a moment. I have a piece of designer series paper. Now this dated back to last year when we had the motorbikes. So it was a bit of spare I had hanging around and wanted to use up. So this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I then have a piece of 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. This is the inside layer. It's not going on the front. For the front, we have a piece of cardstock. Now this is 1 1/4 by 3 1/2, and it will fit about there. I have a thin strip that measures 1/2 inch by 3 1/2, which will go down there for the sentiment. So we just get that little gap here instead of having the whole piece joined together. And then I have got a piece of scrap that I will stamp the flag on, and then I have another piece of cardstock. Now this is actually measured at 1/2 inch by 1 1/4, and that will be for the rosette. Okay, so let's take our pieces and start stamping. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp our car in the pebble path. Stamp that. And that's just going to sit in the middle of this piece. And straight down. There we go. There it is. Then we are going to bring in our infill. That I'm going to stamp in the bubble bath. So tap that. Make sure it. Yep, that works. Tap that up. And then just hover over the edges, making sure you're happy with placement. And down. And there is my little race car. I'm going to give it grey pebble path wheels in the star. Let's just stamp that up. Gently hover over and down. One, and then do the same with the other one. There we are. So the car is ready. Now we can stamp our flag. Let's pop him on there. Oh no, it's smudged, so I'm going to turn that over. Press too hard. And down. That's better. And then we have our rosette, which we're going to pop on here. Got a feeling I've gone too far over to the right. No, yeah, okay, we can live with that. We can live with that. So it's actually quite a quick card to stamp up, really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, this is the inside layer, I'm going to add a oh come on Snap, I think, what are they? It is a trophy. Oh good grief, that wasn't coming round, was it? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a trophy in the middle and then 2 on the other side. So the trophy in the middle will be in the bubble bath. Okay, that goes down. And then I'm going to put the grey granite either side. So let's quickly wipe that. Doesn't look very bright on the screen, but it is quite bright in person. My weather cannot make up its mind what it's doing today. One minute it's shining brightly and the next minute it's dark and dismal, so it's just making recording very difficult, I have to say. Oh, I'll leave the grey granite out and we can put the sentiment on. So let's pop these aside, bring in the sentiment. So I'm going to use the congratulations again. Pop that onto there. There we go. And bring the ink pad to the stamp because of its size. And I just need to make sure that the whole word is on, go down and up. There we go. Lovely. Right, so now we are able to put our card together. Right, so let's score this again at 4 inch mark. There we go. Burnish with our bone folder. And now we can stick our designer series paper on the top. I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal. Okay. Oops. There we go. That can hover over the top. Okay. Then we are going to lay our card down flat. So it's slightly higher up because then I'm going to put the sentiment underneath, and I will use my glue. Still didn't replace it. I really do need to replace this. It's running out. So that's going to go on the designer series paper like so. Then I'm going to put the congratulations underneath. Leaving a gap. There we are. Our rosette can go up on a dimensional. I'll make sure that's the top. So the nice thing about having these sketches is your interpretation of what the sketch is going to be. So you're not going to get loads and loads of people doing exactly the same sketch with identical cards, because it just isn't going to happen. Right, so rather than just stick it down there, I'm actually going to cut this out. So I'm going to give it a thin white layer, out layer. And then just move along. There we go. Let it flow through. I actually move the scissors, excuse me, instead of the paper on this one. It just makes it, it was just easier. There we go. And round. And there we go. Perfect. So this will go on the bottom here. And again, I will raise it with my dimensionals. She says, where she can find what she's done with them. So, one on either end. Yeah, I'll move along here. Okay, and that will just hover onto there. We can layer our inside layer in. Again, I'm using my stamp and seal for this bit. And there we go. Perfect. So that's the version we've just done. This was the version earlier on. So again, I suppose you could say male and female if you wanted to. So thank you ever so much for joining me for this week. It's been great fun. I really like the stamp set. I hope you have too. And we will be back on Monday with a new one. But whatever you do for the rest of your weekend, have a lovely time, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye.